Next up is new releases. This is kind of a tight new release this week because I've only seen one of them. I'm interested in seeing what you guys have seen, if any, because the first one that I've seen is our first one up, The Green Knight.
Oh, you watched this?
Yeah, I did. It was $20 to rent. I'll describe it this way. If you're going into a film and you think it's going to be an epic kind of Knights of the Round Table battle royale kind of thing, this is not the movie for you. If you're coming into this with the symbolism that the poster is even trying to convey to you, and then you watch it for the dramatic effect, the use of symbolism to relate to the original storyline, and that kind of thing, that's great. The other audience that I think is really going to enjoy this movie, and this is going to be funny, hopefully, is people that play like MMORPGs. If you're the person who plays a game and you know that the main story arc is I got to go to this dungeon and kill that boss, right? But before you do that, you go and you meet all the NPCs and you do all the side quests before you actually ever get there, then this movie is for you. If you're not that person, if you're like, fuck side quests, then this movie drags. It drags hard. And not only did it just drag once because you think you reach a destination, and I will not describe, but it drags twice. And then finally the movie ends. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say how it ends. I'm not going to say what occurs.
It's not a good sign when you say finally it ends.
Dude.
Yeah, you're not making me want to watch this movie, Ernie.
I mean, you know what? A lot of the times I'm like, oh, this movie's awesome. It's so great. And I feel like at some points I got to just start chalking it up to like, this didn't really grab my attention.
You had more positive to say about Jupiter Ascending and that trash fire that Netflix.
You know I did not. I fell asleep every time. Every time. Look, Dev Patel acts the shit out of this role. He does a great job of it when I was awake. But for the parts that I was like skimming through, I did not notice any change in the story. But there, to my point though, when I kind of finally got like, oops, I didn't go far enough fast forwarding, I was like, oh man, that's actually a really good piece of symbolism. And I was like, am I missing a lot here? The answer is, yeah, probably. Do I care? No. Because I'm trying to watch all this stuff from this week, including the new DC Titans episode, the What If from Marvel, and all the other things that we watch, which is not even on the list today. We're not even going to talk about
none of that is.
Because I know that our final segment is going to drone on. But this movie was definitely, like I said, it was a good movie. The costuming, fantastic. The environments they created, wonderful. If you're going to sit down and watch it, sit down and watch it. Do not be impatient going into this movie or you're going to have a fucking bad time.
I'm not going to watch this movie now.
Dude, I'm telling you.
I was going to watch this movie.
Listen,
I'm not going to watch it now.
If you're in one of the, 14 states now that cannabis is legal, this movie is right up your nut. Right up your alley. The word green in here is not pun intended, but now it is. Okay, trust me, it's visually fantastic. However, moving right along, Reminiscence.
Norfest 2.
This has some really terrible ratings.
I have not seen this, but Michelle, my lovely wife, described it as like a confusing poor man's Inception. Like Hugh Jackman, still look good, buddy. Still look great. Oh yeah, but I mean, like now it's like, oh, the minute a movie starts effing with memories, I'm already on the fence about it, and it's not like to be rude, but again, this is kind of definitely one of those moments where like, there's a reason that HBO Max and Warner Brothers decided to release this movie towards the end of August, right before Labor Day weekend. It wasn't on Labor Day weekend; it was right before Labor Day weekend. It feels like it's in a dead spot. Like there's definitely a dead zone where people are thinking about vacation. They're trying to wrap up work. You're like, you know what are we going to watch tonight? I don't know. Maybe this. Maybe we're going to watch this tonight. Okay. Well, it's got Hugh Jackman. I like Hugh Jackman.
HBO Max either. I've seen this movie trailer more than I've seen the King's Man trailer at every movie that I've
trailer
been to over the last year. I've been to a couple of movies since things started opening again, and this movie keeps popping up, and I keep turning to my wife, and I'm like, first of all, Hugh Jackman is a vampire because he looks younger here than he did in fucking, which
Yeah,
doesn't make
what
any
is
sense
that?
to me.
I think there's some kind of like jellyfish that they're just harvesting and rubbing on their flesh. I don't know.
Just a weird Australian thing. They just keep getting younger.
Just put it on
I
the
use
skin.
the Kelly McGillis effect. Okay, Kelly McGillis, who played Charlie on Top Gun.
Nice.
She looks like what a normal person that's Tom Cruise and Hugh Jackman's age looks like these days.
I'd like. But that's the thing. Like even Tom Cruise has gotten to the point where like
he's looking old now.
He's starting to look old. And I think some of that's just like the stunt stuff that he does is kind of starting to take its toll a bit because he's like broken every bone in his body at this point. Hugh Jackman legitimately like this is what Hugh Jackman looked like 25 years ago. And I don't understand it.
Like, you know how like some people do like ice baths? Shout out Joe Rogan and every other athlete ever. Like they do ice baths and they jump in a sauna, like that kind of stuff.
Some cryotherapy.
Right. Do you think that like Hugh Jackman, Keanu Reeves, and people like this that just don't age, they like they just dip themselves in a bath of lotion? And
I don't know if you. I'm assuming. I'm assuming you watched the latest Bill and Ted. Keanu Reeves definitely aged.
Yeah, he looks old.
Well,
now.
yeah. Well, yeah,
no, I'll tell you exactly what it is.
Crickety,
so
but
you know that questionably decent movie that Hugh Jackman did that I do believe was also a Christopher Nolan thing, The Illusionist.
Yes.
Prestige?
No.
Or Prestige.
Yeah, Prestige. Illusionist was Ed Norton.
The Prestige was the one where he was creating clones of himself, right?
Yeah, with David Bowie.
Yeah.
You think they just created clones of him?
I think so. I
don't think David Bowie ever died either. Yeah,
I think what we watched in that movie was actually a documentary.
This is how Sam said your conspiracy theories make a little more sense.
Yeah.
Than the fact that Sam's saying that we.
There you go, Sam. I got the tinfoil here for you right there.
Yeah, I think. See, this is what my conspiracy corner usually ends up with.
I'm glad I'm not alone. This feels nice. Awesome. Well, you know what? I hope that I've been wrong, and hope Michelle was just sleeping that night. But yeah, sorry. For those who actually care, that would probably make it better. I mean, to be
Sandy
honest,
Newton from Mission Impossible 2 fame.
I didn't realize how strangely her name was spelled.
Yeah,
Sandy
or Tandy Newton.
I've always known it as Tandy. But
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know there was like a W somewhere in there.
I'm definitely the guy who pronounces every letter when I see it, so don't ask me. But the next movie/size show is actually The Witcher: Nightmare of the Wolf. So this one I'm actually excited for. I haven't seen it yet. Just again, hours in the day.
Looks good.
I like the animation style. It's definitely to the vibe of Castlevania a little bit. I haven't seen obviously any action sequences or anything like that. But the plot says, escaping from poverty to become a witcher, Vesemir slays monsters for the coin and glory. But when a new menace arises, he must face the demons of his past. You know what? That's awesome. Because I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys know otherwise, I'm pretty sure Vesemir is actually going to be appearing as a character in season 2 of Witcher.
I think you're right, yeah.
And but I don't think he looks, I think it's a ginger, unless they dye his hair for the filming, but I'm pretty sure he's a ginger.
He has a very modern haircut in this picture too.
Yeah, I didn't know Peaky Blinders was doing shape ups
right.
in The Witcher, you know. So, but at the same time, any more Witcher lore? Michelle, she admittedly is not a cartoon person. I've definitely pushed her towards Castlevania, Rick and Morty, those kind of things that have a little bit more maturity involved, and even she is like excited about seeing this because she's just so fully involved in the Witcher lore, and I gotta probably give that up to our boy Hank for killing it as Geralt. So that's right. I don't call Henry Cavill anymore.
You guys are on a first name basis. Where you
first name basis.
Does he call you Burnist or like Earn the Burn?
He's just like bigger. He's Big Earn. He's like Big Earn. I'm like, what's up, Hank? Big Earn. You know what I'm saying? That's how it goes. How weird would that be? Wherever at some show, and all of a sudden it's like, "Hey, what's up, Big Earn?" I turn around and it's flipping Hank. Like, "What's up, dog? I'm gonna cry now. Thanks, buddy."
And then he would just wrap you in those massive arms and
But he's got to reload
high
him.
five. Yeah, he reloads his arms, high fives you, and every bone in your hand breaks. But you don't care. You're just happy.
You're just happy to be in the moment.
I'm like, it's
then
cool.
He asked you to be on his raid team in Warcraft. And you just ride off into the sunset.
I'm sorry, Hank. My character's only level 50 because I haven't played in 15 years. I can't believe you're still playing. As I'm waving my arms around, boneless like Harry Potter.